Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Savage Wrestling Podcast, first ever Raw reaction show. Raw ended 2 minutes ago, and we are hot off the presses to what I honestly thought was a pretty decent show. Pretty decent show. We got the men's war games set up and the women's war games set up. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done what I thought was damn near impossible. I thought, there's no way. There's no way that he would do this show. He's better than that. Well, I chose a great episode of Monday Night Raw to ask him to react to because he's got a lot to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the show the man, the myth, the legend, best friend of the show, and my best friend in the entire world, John Tay Davenport.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that glaze. That was just an amazing intro. I mean, I didn't know what you had planned there, to be honest with you, but wow, you knocked it out the park. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. Yes, this was a great episode to react to. I mean, so many big things happened, a lot of things being advanced, storyline wise. I'm ready to get into it whenever you are, bud.
All right, let's talk. All right, so there's one thing I know in specific that Jonte is going to possibly
Mm,
crash out for, and we'll get to that. Okay. We watched this show together on in an Xbox Live party, and this man has only ever done this twice, of where he gets up, mutes the microphone, doesn't come back for 5 to 10 minutes, and then he goes, "Hey, yeah, that really pissed me off. I needed to go take a walk." But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get started. The first thing that happened, we see Triple H with the glaze of the century to John Cena, and justifiably so.
yeah, extra glaze.
We see John Cena get the loudest pop of the night, in
Mhm.
my opinion. I mean, come on, he's hometown boy. What did we all expect?
No one's getting a better reaction in Boston than the kid himself. It's John Cena. Come on now.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Hold on, give me 1 second, because I've been meaning to do this a little more often. We get comments from time to time, and I just get so rolling with my thought process that I kind of leave them in the dust. Briley the Goats, hello, hello. I hope that you enjoyed the Monday Night Raw episode.
Yeah, what's up, Bryle? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you watched it. I thought, honestly, these last few weeks, man, they've been consistently good shows. Am I wrong? Like, I mean, they've been like
Well,
Raw
do you
is
want to
really
know the secret?
delivering.
Do you want to know the secret? And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit of a backstage thing. So I got heated at Jonte a little bit earlier today because he mentioned something that happened that was gonna happen on this show, and I said,
Hmm.
I could have went all day without hearing that. And we
Right.
went back and forth, and he said, that's honestly how I feel about when you spoil stuff for me. And I said, you know what? Touche. 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 And do you want to know the secret to why we actually have been enjoying the Monday Night Raws for the last 2 weeks? Personally, I've been staying off of any kind of social media because it's
Mm,
just a cesspool of negativity.
yeah.
And we've been going into Monday Night Raw fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
Fresh as a daisy.
To that
Not knowing
point,
what to expect. And you know what? We actually fucking enjoyed this show. There will be somebody on another YouTube channel that'll probably tell you different and probably tell you that this show sucks.
yeah. Hmm.
But we're not here for that. We're here for like objective conversation. But let's continue before I lose my train of thought. We see John Cena. He does his babyface promo to the home crowd. And my God, here comes Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Jonathan and I like to get high while we watch these shows. And I don't remember what Dominic said, but all I know is that all of a sudden we get an impromptu Intercontinental Championship match
Well, I mean,
because
basically, I remember. So, like, basically, the gist of the story was, Cena's coming out, right? He just got the glaze from Triple H, which, he's the go. Everyone gets it on. He's basically Triple H says on every metric, John Cena's the best. Box office, selling out arenas, championships, like you name it, he's done it. We get it. He's the go, and he's getting the glaze. Cena comes out to like Baker said earlier, just the largest pop you're going to hear the entire night. It was almost deafening. Gets into the middle of the ring. He starts, basically thanking the fans, him saying that he doesn't ask for much, but he did request, being in Boston one final time on this retirement tour, which obviously got a great reaction from the crowd. And while he's like, doing all this, Dominic interrupts in ultimate heel fashion. I mean, to me, I don't know about you, Baker, but for my money, he's my favorite and my top heel in the industry right now. Definitely in WWE. I think he's doing great work with the Judgment Day. But anyways, he comes out and he's like, "Yo, why are we talking about this geriatric old man when I'm your AAA mega champion, when I'm your intercontinental champion, and I was interrupted last week by some deadbeat?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't get it. And that's his gripe, right? And then, Cena obviously interjects and says, I know you're hot right now, Dominic. You're hot. You're getting good reactions. You're double champ. That's all good and well. But let's not forget where you are and just who the hell you're talking to. I'm John Cena. I'm never seen 17. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's how we kind of get to our impromptu IC championship match. But go ahead, buddy. Oh, also
uh,
Mercy. Hello. Thank you for
yes,
commenting.
hello, Mercy, and we do have a question that we are definitely going to answer definitively, and I'm going to let you answer this one. Jesse Morgan, 33, asked, "Do you think John Cena will return, or is he going to retire in New Year's Eve?" I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to answer it, and then I'll let you take it because you have more of an emotional tie to John Cena than I do because you've been watching wrestling for longer than I have. I've been
Mm-hmm.
watching since 2010, and that was like peak of Super Cena, PG Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer this question, I don't think Cena will return. I think his last match is going to be his last match. And that's my answer to it. Jonte, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jessica, for that great question. Because, I think she asked this question because, in the business, they always say never, retirement isn't a real retirement in wrestling. And I get that. Um, but when John Cena says, I'm going to retire, and he's, definitive about it, I believe him. Like Baker said earlier, I've been a fan of wrestling and I've been watching John Cena since 2005. I saw my first show I ever saw was WrestleMania 21, where he won his first world title. him and Batista won on the same night, and they kind of just went straight up from there. And you kind of saw where the future of the business was heading. And yeah, I agree with Baker. I think I'm not sure if it's New Year's Eve. I think it's is this. I
December
think his final show's
13th.
yeah December
It's
13th. So
same
December
day that
13th.
My Hero Academia ended.
Yes, my one of my favorite animes. But yes, on December 13th, I think whoever he faces, it'll probably be for the IC belt, and he will ride off into the sunset and call it a career. And for being a fan of him since 2005 until 2025, which is crazy to hear myself say that. God, it really ages me. But yeah, I mean, for 20 years, I've been ride or die for this guy, and I respect him. I respect what he's done for the business. He is the GOAT, undeniably. I'll argue anyone any day about that. And sad to say, and that's why all of these last like dates, as we get down, I think there's 3 remaining dates left for him. So as we get, further and further into the end of the retirement tour, I get emotional with each stop. And, I was thankful to be able to see him at, the Royal Rumble in February for my birthday. And I was really grateful to be able to say, I was there for Cena's last Royal Rumble, at least, so I do have a very emotional attachment to this, and every stop gets more emotional. But yeah, he's going to retire, and sad to say, but at least we'll see him like on the silver screen in movies or on Peacemaker or what have you. He'll still be around.
Hmm. Hmm. Jessica Morgan said that she's been watching since Andre the Giant was alive. She thinks that she knows who John Cena's opponent is going to be.
Mm,
She thinks it's going to be Gunther. I've said on this show previously that I believe in my heart of hearts, and I've been known, and Jonte has been also very clear to let me know when I am wrong about things. We had this discussion during Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez of how I thought that Julia was going to be the big star, and Stephanie was probably going to be the big
well,
star
hey,
in NXT
I
for a
don't want.
while.
She's still good. I don't want to like completely crap on Julia for the Julia fans out there. I mean, she's accomplished quite a bit in her tenure.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, I think they might still. I think they still view Stephanie, one rung higher than Julia at this moment. Not saying Julia can't catch her in the future or get to that level, but world champion versus women's U.S. champion, it kind of tells you what they think about each
Well, and
talent.
they didn't really do anything with Julia as the United States champion either. So that
Mm,
really goes to tell you uh, who they really view in the higher totem pole. And
right.
unfortunately for Julia, she has to deal with um, fucking Road Dogg's story
Mm.
writing.
His creative, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And also, she says he may, or he could also face Brock Lesnar. I could see that, but what I really, I see, I've seen a lot of people on X say Brock Lesnar or an LA Knight. Give me something fresh. Give me Oba
Mm-hmm.
Femi.
Mm.
Make him,
Mm.
make him beat the GOAT and
Mm-hmm.
be the Intercontinental Champion and ride that. I was the guy that beat John Cena.
Yeah, and I think it's important to notice that Cena made it a point to mention the NXT versus WWE main roster like exhibition idea. So I think he's really wanting to turn his retirement tour into basically a potential launching pad for a potential, younger talent to maybe they face him in his last match and they have, maybe they don't have to. I mean, maybe a win over Cena in his last match would push them, depending on what they want to do. Or even if they just have a great outing with Cena and like losing a great effort, that could be, a symbolic, passing of the torches, this could be the guy. And I've heard a lot of people say Gunther. I mean, sure, would they put on a great match? Yeah, but like I mean, Gunther's already established as being. We know he's going to be in the main event picture for the next 10 years plus. You know, barring injuries and things like that. I think they've already established he's already been world champion. We don't really need to push him more. Brock Lesnar, I feel like they already had their last match earlier during this tour. I don't want to see Brock and Cena again, to be honest. I'm kind of over that. I've seen it, done it. Let's move on. For me, and I like what you said about Obafemi. I think that would be a banger of a match. Me personally, I'm hoping that Trick Williams could be in that
Mm,
spot. That's my personal favorite. I just think Trick Williams down at NXT. If you're not watching NXT or following it, I think it's definitely worth it. Trick Williams is doing some great work down at NXT and has done some great work, especially when Carmelo was there. And even since he's left, he's done some great stuff. So I just think he's got the aura, the talent, the in-ring ability, the charisma. It's genuine, it's authentic. Uh, I think he has everything. So that's who I would like to see.
fair.
I
That's
would like
fair.
Trick Williams, John Cena. That would kind of be my pie in the sky. But
That would, dude, I don't think you understand because like you, you and I, we weren't watching NXT for like the longest. When it became NXT 2.0, that's when you and I were just like, this isn't the NXT that I know and love anymore. I'm out. And then in 2023, you were like, hey, there's something going down in NXT right now that I think that you need to pay attention to.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, you mean that NXT 2.0 shit? And he goes, yeah, but I need you to pay attention to what they're doing with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. I think it could be the NXT feud of the year. And I said, well, NXT does need kind of a kick in the ass. And I started watching NXT on a regular basis again, all because of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. And Trick's been the fucking guy for the last like year and a half now.
Solid, yeah. Like
Solid.
consistently in the main event picture, world title picture. Like, yeah, he's been that guy. But we should probably get back to the
Yes.
show.
Yes. With the impromptu
IC,
Intercontinental Championship match.
which was
I'm
good.
gonna my source here is from CBS Sports, so because Jonte and I just kind of took mental notes here, and CBS Sports took pretty good extensive notes. This is what they said, and I quote: After Cena cut off an early run for Mysterio, Mysterio attempted to walk to the back and take a count out loss. I'm going to add some things like a piece of shit. Cena cut off Mysterio's attempt to leave, but was tossed into the ring steps for his trouble. And I swear to God, that's verbatim, verbatim. Hold on, I can actually show it to you. This is um, verbatim here. What they
Verbatim
said.
Jones.
That is actually a crazy thing for them to put in the middle of a recap. Just give me 1 second here.
Which the fact that it was like impromptu was like I thought was really cool. I thought they might have like saved it for the main event, but to kick off
Yeah.
the show, I mean, I was telling Baker when it was starting, I was like, I'm really interested if it's possible to find like what that viewership number would be during that because I feel like it would have been probably their most viewed spot of the show.
I think probably Russell Nomics will probably have it tomorrow, and since you and I are on
Back schedule,
fuck.
like backup schedule.
No, you and I are on Xbox all the time, so I'll probably have that information. But yeah, it says that Cena gets tossed into the ring steps for his trouble. It's allowed Mysterio to gain control of the match until Cena fired up and began to hit his classic five moves of doom. Mysterio looked to take a
Vintage.
shortcut by undoing a turnbuckle pad and using distraction to grab his steel chair before pretending Cena had hit him with it. Cena did absolutely the funniest thing and did the same, leaving the referee bamboozled. They said confused, I'm adding bamboozled. In the ensuing confusion, Cena went for an attitude adjustment only for Mysterio to kick the referee. With the referee down and pretty much dead, Mysterio tapped out to an STFU, and that's when we all knew Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio Jr. That's his dad. Dominic Mysterio was fucked. Mysterio then attempted to use the championship belt as a weapon, but ate an attitude adjustment for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A second attitude adjustment for dessert came shortly after, with Cena rolling through a pin after a Mysterio frog splash. I just rem- I just remembered us watching episode 1 of TNA and the
Oh
mini
God,
frog
tadpole
splash.
splash.
Yeah, the tadpole splash. This time, getting the 3 count and securing John Cena another history-making moment where he wins the Intercontinental Championship, and I can't believe I'm saying this,
Right.
for the first and only time in his career.
Yeah.
He is now a WWE Grand Slam champion. Um, we don't really give a shit about the grade that CBS Sports gave it. But what did you think of the match? I thought, dude, this whole opening segment. Let me remove this real quick. This whole segment, this whole opening segment was super exciting. The opening match was really good. Super happy for Cena. It was a really good a feel good moment. And I'm just gonna let you take it from here and tell me how you felt because I know that you were getting emotional.
Yeah, during his entrance, like I said, with every stop he hits now, I'm just getting more and more emotional because I'm like, wow, like that's one less date I'm never gonna see John Cena wrestle. Like when you see him, like when you grow, like I grew up with Cena, you know what I mean? Like went through all the major parts of my life watching his career for 20 years, and to see that it's like ending now, it's like it had to like end at some point. But you just don't really think about it. You kind of just put it in the back of your mind, and but now it's here, and at least I'm really glad he's doing it the right way. I like
We
how
have.
he's doing it.
Hmm.
What was that?
Continue your thought, but what I was gonna say is that we literally have exactly so 3 days from now will be 1 month until John Cena's last match.
Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
really think about that. Didn't really register, but it's really that close. And so I thought this match was really good. I thought it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. Obviously, it had like some comedic parts. They both played the hits. Um, I thought it was really solid, and like you said, it's a really good feel good moment. It sends the crowd home happy regardless because they're a part of history during his retirement tour. Like he asked Triple H, like I really want, like on my retirement tour, I really want to go to Boston. Can you make it happen? Triple H made it happen for him. Wins the IC title for the first time in his career, which is crazy. Um, and now, I mean, whoever gets that shot now, like it was already a big deal to have John Cena's retirement match, right? Like to be the guy
Hmm.
is like, even if you lose, like I'm John Cena's final match ever. Like you're never gonna see him have another match, and I was his last opponent, and that's pretty freaking cool to say, considering his body of work and his career. So, I mean, with that being said, I think what now it's just going to get even bigger with the if the IC title is going to be on the line in his retirement match, and if you put like a younger talent in there to like win that and potentially put them into like a really good spot, like moving forward. And like after the match, John Cena raises their hand and points to him and kind of gives them that nod of approval, like this guy's got it, or you know what I'm saying. So it'll be
Hmm.
interesting to see who wins it. I mean, there's also the crazy pie in the sky theory that, Edge's name's been floated out there. I don't think that's happening as much as I
I
would love to
I
see
don't,
Edge.
in my heart of hearts, because I think I can't remember who asked me this. I think it was you of what are the betting odds?
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably say 1 in 1 million. There's no shot.
yeah,
And I will eat
very
crow.
unlikely.
I will come on this show and say, you know what, guys? I was fucking wrong. Tony Khan actually does love professional wrestling. And I will
Mhm.
kiss the ground that Tony Khan walks on for only one day. One day. If Edge is in this fucking tournament.
That would be, and just to hear like that music and that pop again in WWE, considering what this tournament is, it would be
Dude,
deafening. It would be deafening. So
dude. I, you know me. I'm an edge head.
yeah,
Okay, I'm an edge
yeah,
head,
for
guys. I'm a
sure.
self-proclaimed edge head. He was the first guy that I got behind
You
back in
kind of look like
2010, and I was like, dude,
you
that
kind of look like
guy's
a reject
fucking
edgehead, to be
cool.
honest.
Huh?
Nothing. Continue.
What did she say? What did she say? Did you just insult me? Did you just call me a
Kind of look like
did,
like a backup edgehead. You know what I mean? Like maybe not a first
oh,
string
oh,
edgehead, but
like an
like
all-American reject edgehead? Got it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on. This is what else happened on Monday Night Raw. The last time is now tournament opening round.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev defeats Damian Priest via pinfall via Machka kick.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev attacked Priest damage left eye to set up the finish and advance to the tournament. What'd you think?
It was kind of just there for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just kind of
Please
mid
be nice to
average.
Damian Priest.
Do I have to bring up SummerSlam 24, or
Okay, listen,
do you
listen,
just
and
want to
I
just leave that
quote,
off?
and I
I'll
quote,
bring it up. I mean, it
I
wasn't that
quote,
long ago.
I
I'll
quote,
do it.
"Hey Baker, do you feel that? Yeah, buddy, I feel something. Yeah, that's the charisma being sucked out of the room." During Damian Priest's walkout. And I totally get it because, like, Jonte and I, we went to SummerSlam 2024 together. So we were there. Our entire section, and and now I have validation for people that don't believe me and think that I'm calling bullshit. Our entire section wanted Damian Priest to beat Gunther. And we
Oh,
were
they were
the only
heavy,
two in
heavy
our
Damian
section that
Priest.
were flying that Gunther flag
Yeah,
so fucking high.
it
And
was just us.
this man, I have never seen this reaction from a man in my entire life to one single instance of when Finn Balor fucks Damian Priest live on a PLE. Jonte stands up and goes, "Where are my haters? Where are my fucking haters? I don't hear a peep out of any of you little bitches."
Yeah,
Dude, SummerSlam, I'm telling you right now, I think
that was a
my
magical
peak
night.
my peak fandom of WWE reached its peak at SummerSlam 2024 because I got to go to a Big Four pay-per-view. I got to go to a Big Four pay-per-view with one of my best friends. I mean, yeah, I missed out on Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna have to go to the grave with that I missed that event because the Royal Rumble is, and you know this about me, Jonte. The Royal Rumble is one of my favorite WWE events because of just the shock and awe of, oh shit, that guy's in the Rumble? Fuck.
That surprise element.
Yeah, the surprise element. So then, moving on, so we don't make this too long. We get a backstage segment with Maxine Dupree, and she is given a title shot against the man Becky Lynch next week in Madison Square Garden. Becky Lynch, after this is pretty much a done deal, Becky Lynch blindsides Maxine Dupree and says, "You're not ready." Got any thoughts?
Well, I will say it was good to see Maxine Dupree back on
Ooh,
TV because I mean, she's easy on the eyes,
Oh,
very easy on the
wait.
eyes.
Ah,
So it was good to
yeah,
see
y'all owe me
her.
some Maxine
I think
Dupree.
she'd been gone for maybe 2 weeks at least.
2 weeks, yeah.
Obviously with the storyline being that she's off training, preparing for this, eventual women's IC title match with Becky Lynch, which has been granted by our generous GM, Adam Pierce. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for Maxine. I've been telling Baker. Baker will tell you this as well. As we've been watching Raw each week live on Netflix, she's been getting better in all her matches. Like she's steadily showing improvement in every match that Maxine's having. I've been very impressed with her. I didn't see it at first. I just thought she was kind of just, that generic blonde athletic 10 who was kind of going to, get by on her looks for a little while. But I mean, she's at least showing that she's, willing to put in the work to get better. And I can appreciate that because, being a fan of professional wrestling for so long, if I can just see if someone, I can kind of tell if you're phoning in or if you're really giving it your all and trying to get better and improving
Yeah,
and
dude.
working on
So
your craft. It shows whether you kind of care or not in a performative art space like this. So I'm really been impressed with her the last few weeks, and I'm glad she's getting this title shot. I was talking to Baker while we're watching. I think it would be cool if they added the stipulation that were Becky to get disqualified or counted out, that Maxine would win the belt, to throw like an interesting little wrinkle in there. Because that's how she's beat her the previous 2 times was via count out and DQ. So maybe keep Becky a little bit on her toes, but it was a nice little segment, and Becky just being like a classic heels. It was a nice little segment, advances their little story, and I'm excited to see what they do in the Garden. Hopefully, they put on a killer match next week. I'll be watching.
do you understand how happy that just made me? Bro, I have
What?
been on the Maxine Dupree
You have,
wagon.
you
Bro, I
have,
have been
you
pulling that
have
wagon
by
by
yourself.
myself,
You have,
by myself,
and
and
I've just
I'm
been watching you
finally
pull
getting
it.
people to take note, to finally take notice that she's getting better. Yes, she's good on the eyes, but I think she's got potential,
Here's the
man.
thing: you've been pulling the
And you
wagon
know
for
me,
her.
you know me. It's so hard for me to give up on these people that I've just been riding them for so long. Like, for
Yeah, you didn't
example,
give up. You didn't give
Lexus
up.
King. Lexus King. I want to give up on the boys so bad, but there's just something I see.
Are we going to
There's
talk about
something
when I
I
went viral with
see.
Lexus King or no?
Oh yeah, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's so you can probably pull it up. Pull up the tweet and show the people. So while I'm telling the story. So this tweet kind of went everywhere, right? So um I'm trying to remember the exact situation. So I believe Lexus King was on an NXT Evolve show, and I think he was like main eventing, and he was he was kind of tweeting about, oh, I'm gonna be in the main event, trying to get better, like an inspirational tweet. Like I don't know who he was facing, I kind of forget, but basically like promoting it, like I'm gonna be watching on, like,
I
let me
found it.
you found,
I
yeah.
found
So
it.
he's having this match on
I
Tubi
didn't
because I
find
think
the tweet.
Evolve.
Hold on.
There's articles of it everywhere,
Hold on. Uh-huh.
like Lexus King, type in like Exus King developmental of developmental or something like that and see what comes up. Because like basically my tweet was, he was like promoting it, like, I'm gonna be on Tubi, I'm gonna be on WWE NXT Evolve, come watch my like main event or whatever. And I was like, I think I'm gonna be watching AEW instead. I don't want to watch like the developmental for the developmental. Kind of being like a little like snarky internet wrestling fan. Like just see like,
Snarky, dude.
just rage bait a little bit, see if he'd bite it. I didn't even think he was gonna like respond or anything, right? Or like take the bait. But he did, and then like it just like caught, it like went viral and it like went everywhere. And yeah, so did you find it or
Oh, I found it. I found it. This was back in May, and I remember talking about it on the show. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now as we speak.
so like, obviously, I mean,
You're
Baker's
gonna
been
have
a
to give
big
it a
fan
minute.
of Lexus King, and he was in AEW for a while. Had a cup of coffee there. Did his thing, and then so yeah, we kind of had like a little
I met
back and
him when he
forth
was
on
in
X.
AEW.
Yeah, we kind of had a little back and forth on X, and he's basically Brian Pillman Jr. and we like went viral, and we kind of like came to amends, but like it got a lot of views and reactions. A lot of people picked it up. I thought it was funny, but yeah, this is the
Found it.
yeah. So you can read it if you'd
So
like.
this was Lexus King's tweet. Said tonight, hashtag WWE Evolve has the glorious privilege of hosting the King in its main event. While I don't foresee the competition to be steep, I will say this: Evolve is not a downgrade. It's not a demotion. It's a fresh green land to be conquered by none other than myself. And my best friend, in his snarky tone, said, I'll be watching at AEW instead of the developmental for the developmental. Sorry, not sorry. So then I think,
And then a lot of news like outlets kind of picked it up and ran with it for
yeah,
like a
you got
couple
picked.
days.
I know that you went viral. So this was Lexus King's response. It said, "So you'll be watching the developmental for the developmental for the developmental. No worries. I'll be busy developmenting while you're watching others develop." It was
So we kind of
honestly
had like
kind
a
of a
little
flop.
yeah, it was like a little tongue in cheek like thing. So like me and Lexus King have some history, but go ahead. I just thought that
But
was a
yeah,
funny
like
story to tell.
I'm so glad that people are finally starting to come around on Maxine Dupree.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, this is coming from me, the president of the Maxine Dupree fan club. I unfortunately do not foresee her winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think Becky Lynch is going to retain, much to my chagrin, but
Yeah,
it's not going to be clean.
and
Let's
it's
just
not
say
so much
that.
that she really needs to win the match. It's just if she has a good outing and looks good, like that's a win for her. So like that's all I'm really looking
But,
for from Maxine.
yep. All right. Next was the CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso brawling with Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and that no good, dirty, rotten son of a bitch, Logan
Mm,
Paul.
mm.
I don't need to say it because I've said it so many times on this show how much I despise Logan Paul as a person. But god damn, is he a good professional wrestler. Dude, he knows how to get heat by just being him, by just being a douchebag.
Yeah,
Like
I
there are
mean
so
it
many,
works.
there are like so many, there is so many talent on the WWE roster right now that wish that they could have the heat that Logan Paul has. They'd
Oh
kill for
yeah,
that heat right now.
he's a heat-seeking missile right now, and it's he really doesn't even have to do anything. Like just show like you kind of just show Logan Paul's face, and you instantly kind of have a visceral reaction, or you don't. I mean, I guess there are like fans of his out there technically with like the whole Prime and
Hmm.
all that stuff, I guess. But as a heel, I mean, overwhelming reaction as a wrestler has he's been booed everywhere. So I mean, he really doesn't have to do much. He kind of just has to show up and show his face and be competent on the mic at least, and he'll be a great heel. But I thought the segment was really good. I like where it's headed. I kind of want to see the build now. Like, who is this? It or are people going to be added to each side? I'm kind of wondering like what you were thinking on that. If you had any thoughts of who they might potentially add to this if they were to, or would they just keep it with these gentlemen here?
Well, I think that we're gonna see possibly one more member on each side. Because obviously Roman Reigns still has unfinished business with the Vision. Because the last time we saw Roman Reigns, tell me if I'm wrong, he was stretchered out, right? No, he was in a
Yeah,
losing effort.
yeah. Against was it
Bronson
Braun, right? Bronson Reed. Yeah.
Bronson Reed, yeah. See, there's been so much fucking like wrestling shit that's happened that all these
Yeah.
shows start to just fucking run together. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
true. Very true. But yeah, I think that's the last
But
time we saw him.
but yeah, obviously Roman Reigns is going to be added, but I don't know who the fourth member of the Vision would be. Maybe Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, because you got that Cody uh
Yeah, yeah, he's
factor.
not
So
finished with Cody.
no. So yeah, I could
But
see
yeah,
that. That would be cool.
that's my thoughts on it. I mean, it's one of the big four pay-per-views. You have to kind of have Roman Reigns in more games. So,
Hmm.
and that was made official later in the night as William Regal came out of whatever hidey hole he was. Actually, I'm kidding. William Regal was in Gorilla. William Regal comes out to do his famous trademark yell of "War Games."
Nailed it.
Oh boy, I don't know if I want to bring this up or not. I'm
What's
afraid
next?
about
No,
what's
is
about to
it?
come out of your
No.
mouth.
Okay. Okay.
I'm afraid, you know what? I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna let you say your piece. You are welcome, dude. Listen, you
Hmm.
know me, cold-blooded American. You have freedom of speech. You are allowed to
Hmm.
say whatever the fuck you want to say on this show. There are no repercussions because guess what? That's on me. I'll take the bullets about whatever you're about to say, because ladies and gentlemen, my best friend I have never seen so fucking pissed off at one individual, and he had to hit me with, "I fucking told you, I fucking told you, I didn't trust this bitch the moment I set eyes on her." That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Women's World Championship match. Stephanie Vaquer, she retains against Raquel Rodriguez with a corkscrew moonsault. That is literally, I'm sorry, Tiffany Stratton, that is the prettiest moonsault ever. It is so,
Yeah.
she's so fucking fluid, it's ridiculous. Roxanne Perez then attempted to attack Vaquer after the match, but Nikki Bella, who is ringside, came in for the save. After Rodriguez and Perez left the ring, Nikki Bella turns heel and lays out Stephanie Vaquer with the belt. You have the floor.
Thank you so much for just like giving me the green light and just giving me the floor because I'm just gonna a lot of words are gonna come out really fast and
Hold up.
well, thank you for giving me
Go
the
ahead.
floor
Just keep
for
talking.
this because
Hmm.
like you said, I'm really just gonna say a lot of words really fast. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to say. It might get a little haywire because as Baker knows.
I'll, Listen, I know you know the YouTube guidelines. I know the YouTube guidelines.
Yeah.
Don't say anything that would get us
Right,
like
right,
canceled. Like
right.
don't
Of
obviously don't
course.
call her the C word. I know you
No,
want
I would
to.
never.
We'll be in an Xbox Live party for that. You can call her the C word, but like here in the public forum and in the public eye like you are with your YouTube channel, which I will let you
Right.
plug at the end of this show. Let's not say anything that can get us in hot water. But again, you have the floor.
Thank you. So Baker knows I am the single biggest Stephanie Vicaire fan that there is. I mean, when it comes to Stephanie Vicaire, I was as soon as I saw her the first when she as soon as she debuted because that was the height of me watching NXT. When she debuted, her and Julia debuted like almost simultaneously, like it was right back to back. But when Stephanie debuted, just from the moment I saw her, I knew, okay, this girl right here is different than every other girl on the roster. I don't know what it is. A lot of people call it the X factor, the it factor. It's kind of that intangible thing that you can't really. It's like when someone says, "Oh, how can I get better? How can I improve?" It's kind of like you kind of have your ceiling, but some people have this it factor that you can't really coach, you can't teach it. It's just inherently born in them. And Stephanie Vicaire has that, right? I've seen her live in NXT when they came to Cincinnati this last year, and I was just mesmerized. Bought her T-shirt, just thought the world. She was just put on a great performance, right? And so I was so excited, right? She made history in NXT, becomes the women's North American champion, wins the NXT women's champion. First woman to ever do it. I'm like, oh my God, this is my girl, and they're pushing her to the moon. Sign me up. I love it. I'll be in the front. I'll be on the front of the rocket. I'm ready. Push her to the rocket. Let's go to the moon. Let's go
They didn't
beyond.
even do that with Roxanne.
No, no. Like let's go. Like let's put the metal pedal to the metal. I want to go 100 miles an hour with this, right? Then she goes to the main roster. I'm hella excited because this is my girl. She's my pick. I see her. She's Booker T says it. The Fab Five. She's in my Fab Five. She's number one. And Stephanie Vicaire on the main roster, and not only on the main roster, now she's the top dog. She is the women's world champion. And then I saw her getting cozy with the op. I saw her glazing this what do I say about her? She's Nikki Bella. I'm sorry for the Nikki Bella fans out there. I'm just not a fan of Nikki Bella at all. I back in her heyday in the 2015, that PG era, the Divas era, no. Throw it away, throw it in the trash. Don't want it, don't need it. So now she's coming back, right? Because obviously she's divorced from her husband, and I hate to bring personal stuff into this, but we got to have full context here. We got to have full context. She got divorced, right? Is paying monthly alimony, about $4,000 a month, for the husband to take care of their son, and paid him a lump sum of $100,000 in a settlement. By the way, just wanted to throw that out there. Because she was attacking him, and now she doesn't have sole custody of the child anymore. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they're sharing custody of the baby. So she's got to come back and get her bag up, obviously. And WWE's hot right now. They're on Netflix. She's trying to, ease her way back into the door. And she's targeting my girl, Stephanie Vicaire? Like, no. And it's unacceptable.
Bruh,
I was furious. I had to mute my
so
mic.
dude, hold on.
I had to mute my mic
let me,
on Xbox because of this. All right, because I was
dude,
livid.
dude, I saw this coming last week when she cut that fucking bullshit, fake ass, I'm here for you girl promo. And I was like,
Oh,
this bitch is turning on Stephanie.
fake.
I knew you were not gonna like it, but I will let you continue because you muted her. Once you muted your mic, I was blind. I had no idea how you were reacting. And again, you now have.
So I had to mute my mic, as he was saying before. I had to mute my mic because I was so enraged that I didn't want to blow out his speaker because I was just frantically yelling obscenities into the void of why is this happening to Stephanie Vicaire, Nikki Bella, you bitch, how dare you? Why don't you go somewhere else to leech money and pay your divorced husband alimony and child support? Don't come into the business that I love and attack the talent that I love and try to take the championship off her and try to get back to the top spot because you've got alimony payments to make, because you've got child support to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your bag somewhere else. Leave my Stephanie Vicaire alone. As the president of her fan club, we do not accept you. She will bury you when she does go up against you, because that's where they're headed. That's where their story is headed, obviously. Probably in San Diego and War Games. And when Stephanie puts her mitts on you and puts you down into the ground where you belong, I want you to just crawl into a hole. I want you to get on your phone. I want you to download Tinder, try to find yourself a nice little date because, no one wants to really be with you. I mean, your husband thinks you're crazy. No, sorry, ex-husband thinks you're psycho, throwing shoes at him, attacking him. I don't know what that's all about, but if you haven't read it, you can look up the article yourself. The fact of the matter is, don't want to get too personal about it. If we're just talking purely professional, Nikki Bella,
Look it up yourself.
you're not even in the top 50 women's wrestlers of all time. Not even in the top 50. So, if you could just...
You know what? I don't even want to ask. Can you even name 50 women's wrestlers?
I could probably name... if you gave me
50
time,
women's wrestlers?
I could probably name 50. I'm not going to do it here on the show. That would probably take too long. But, like, there's definitely 50.
No. That would take way too long, my friend. Way too long. Holy fuck.
But she's not a wrestler. She's a glorified athletic 10 masquerading, thinking she's a professional wrestler, and she doesn't care about I can tell she doesn't care about the business. She just uses it to bolster her image, bolster her profile, her brand, whatever. My fact is, you can do that. Just stay out of WWE because you don't have a love for it. You don't. I can see it. If you did, you would put more into your craft. You don't care about it. You're just using it for your own personal benefit. If you could just leave, I can't wait for Stephanie to bury you because it's going to be a very satisfying moment for me, and it would probably be a lesson for you to remember your place in the hierarchy of things in the jungle. If we're talking about the predators, you got Stephanie. She's a lioness. You're just a gazelle that she's preying on and she's hunting down. And she's got you in her scope now. And it's dangerous for you. So I would just be careful, Nikki. Just be careful. That's all I have to say about that.
Whew. Holy shit.
I'm sorry. It's just...
All right. Moving on.
I'm just not a fan.
I've been hating on this idea since I noticed it. And there's another thing that at the end of this that we are going to talk about that I think nobody else has picked up on, and
Okay.
it's a damn shame because it happened again tonight on Monday Night Raw, and I forgot to mention it because now I kind of want to go back because I mentioned it when John Cena was going to the back and getting his praise for winning his first Intercontinental Championship.
Should we save that? Should we get
Cody
to the show and save
Rhodes.
that for later, or do you want to go do that now?
Oh, you know what? We'll do that.
Because we're
we'll do
almost
that
done, right?
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got two more things.
Yeah, let's just
The
finish
last
up. and then
time
we'll go
is now tournament opening round. Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura via pinfall with a bro kick. Any thoughts?
So, I mean, there's not much to say here. It was what it was. Fairly average, solid match, passable for TV. Yeah, I beat him with the flash bro kick. I mean, Baker knows I'm really sad how they're treating my boy Shinsuke. Back when he first came, I think it was 2015, and had that banger at NXT Takeover with Sami Zayn. I was really hoping that they were just going to push him to the moon and see the star potential. And then he ends up, he's won the NXT title a couple times, won the Royal Rumble. I was really excited. And then, he lost at WrestleMania, and then it's kind of just been a steady decline since. Kind of been hovering around the mid card for several years now. And he kind of just seems okay with that role at this point. He's aging, right? He's not a spring chicken anymore. And I think I've kind of heard in interviews that he's kind of just happy just being a surfer, just chilling, just vibing, not really, he's kind of just loves America, obviously, loves that he's here. So, I wish that, he was more, I think he could be a potential main event character and superstar, but, they don't seem to want to put that time and investment into Shinsuke, which is, it's cool. It's whatever. I mean, I kind of thought Sheamus would win this match anyways because Sheamus and Cena at least have some history. Same with Rusev. They, have history with Cena. So it kind of makes sense for them to win in advance in this first round matchup. But, it's still interesting. And I still love Shinsuke. He's still, one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers of all time. But I kind of wish he was just doing more. But it was cool to see him on Raw because I really haven't seen him since he's been on like SmackDown and stuff now. I haven't really seen too much of his in-ring work recently, so it's cool to see him on Raw on Netflix. I'm sure he was happy to be on Netflix and all that. So, but yeah, it was kind of just it was what it was. It was what it was.
All
Solid
right, and
outing,
then
but
the main event. Yeah, the main event of Monday Night Raw. The women's tag team championships changed hands as the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defeat Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair via pinfall. I'll admit, not cleanly because Lash Legend and Nia Jax, full cleavage and all,
mm,
uh, gave interference. After the match, Io Sky made her, I guess, return because she hadn't been on the show for a couple of weeks. Had to run in and save Bliss and Flair from a beatdown by all four women. When so in between, I think it was when EO Sky was doing her emo. Lash Legend absolutely rocked fucking EO
mm-hmm.
Sky. Holy
Dropped her.
fuck, dropped her. So EO Sky's not enough, and what happens when you all your top ladies aren't enough? Mommy comes home. Rhea Ripley comes back to even the odds, and Flair, Bliss, Sky, and Ripley run everyone off. Ripley then grabs a microphone and screams, "Ball games!" to end the show.
Yeah,
So
I
first,
mean,
we're gonna break this up into a little chunk. What did you
yeah.
think of the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, the match?
So the match I thought was actually pretty good. Like as the matches go, I would kind of rank them. I think my favorite match was probably the Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Becerra match. Honestly, I think I enjoyed that one the most, and then probably Cena and Dominic. Like as far as like match quality,
Yeah,
I mean
see,
obviously
those
like the
two
moment was bigger
I have
for
flip
Cena.
flopped.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
have
I could
those
see
two
that.
flip flopped.
I think yeah, definitely the Cena win was definitely a bigger moment, which is probably going to have that for top for a lot of people. But I think like if you're just talking like purely match quality, I thought there was like a lot of great spots like where they really showcased Raquel's like strength, where Stephanie would like hit her with like a double meteor in the corner, and then like she kind of like grabbed her and just picked her up out of that position like dead weight and turned it into a power bomb. They just like really like did some stuff to like put Raquel over as like a like really like substantial powerhouse. I thought it was really cool. Some spots I haven't really like seen in a while. So like match quality, I thought it was really good. And then I put Dominic and Cena like really like right like close neck and neck as far as like not too far behind.
Yeah.
And then it would be this tag match. I thought the tag match was pretty good. And I'm a really big Asuka fan in general, so to see her win some tag gold again was pretty cool. But I know
Mhm.
you probably feel differently because you and Alexa
I'm
Bliss
just
go
not
way
really a big.
back.
Listen, so I don't know about the Kabuki Warriors. They did this shit once before and it didn't really work. But I mean, it gives the women's tag team division kind of a shot in the arm. Tag team championships change hands. They hadn't changed hands since what, WrestleMania?
Yeah,
No.
they'd been defending it a couple times, like I think 8 or 9 times,
Yeah.
I think maybe.
I
So
think it was SummerSlam or something like that. I can't remember when they fucking won the goddamn titles.
right,
Again,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, these shows just mush together.
right, into one giant story.
I am gonna hit you with a we listen and we don't judge.
Okay.
Raquel Rodriguez,
Yeah.
brother, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but she is one beautiful lady.
Oh, I would never judge you for that. She is very
One
beautiful.
beautiful lady.
Very
Nah, I'm standing
tall,
for the
strong.
Raquel haters out there. I
Yeah,
hear
I don't
you.
get that, by
I
the
see
way.
you. And all I want you to do is fuck off.
No, they need to
You to
leave
fuck off.
Raquel Rodriguez
Dude,
alone.
I've been quietly in her corner. Like she's like one of those wrestlers that I've been so afraid to like root for because she gets so much fucking hate and I just don't get it.
It's not
I don't
fair.
get it.
It's not
I
fair.
that's what I don't understand with like today's wrestling, like internet
What is the
wrestling scene. And this is
criticism?
why I will always sit on the side, brother. I will always sit on the side and
And
say
just
that the
laugh at them.
internet ruined professional wrestling. There's no fucking surprise anymore.
Hmm.
Like the Cena thing this morning when you told me that it was the prime example of fuck me, dude. There's no fucking surprises anymore.
None.
Like
None.
everything like
Everything
is
gets leaked.
reported on like day of show, and if you're on
Yeah.
social media like we are, you fucking see it and you're like, all right, I guess I don't really need to see Monday Night Raw now because this I already know it's half the show is going to be about.
Yeah, which is what I want to point to what you said earlier when we go into a show more fresh and not knowing things and end up enjoying it more because like your expectations are you don't really have any because you don't really know what's going to happen. Like when I was watching it growing up, like yeah, there was like the IWC and stuff, but like I wasn't really a part of it. I didn't really know it was like a thing. It's like when I watched, I just like watched religiously. I just watched Monday Night Raw every week, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just find out what happens next week and just watch the next week. And I just like watched it like that. And I'd buy the DVDs and relive the pay per views and stuff like that. And, you know, go into WWE shop and look at Rey Mysterio masks that I couldn't afford and, like all that stuff. So it is what
Oh,
it
I
is
could
on,
just
on
see Little
dial up
John Jay on the
internet,
school computer.
literally
I could
on
just
like a
see
like
Little John Jay on the school
desktop and
computers just
loading the
looking at
page
those and
like
go,
bit by bit. Like
wow, look
it,
at
it
those.
like taking forever to load. If you're old enough, you remember that freaking dial up internet would just like and like you barely just like load your page. But yeah,
I think once my family got internet, like it was like on the ass end of dial up, but we still had like slow internet. But then like
mm.
as we got like the 360 is when we got really good fucking internet all of a sudden. It was crazy. But yeah, brother, what letter grade do you give this show? I give this one a solid A
An A.
minus.
Oh, A minus. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm kind of like in the same neighborhood. I was gonna give it a B plus, solid B plus, very strong B plus.
That's fair. That's fair. And I want to touch on something because how many times have we went into an AEW pay-per-view and not know a goddamn thing and come out going, for as long as that show was, that was really fun.
Worth it. Worth the price. Like their pay per views are
Yeah.
it's worth the price of admission. Like I'll say that they give you your money's worth, and like you're like, okay, yeah, I paid 30-40 bucks for this, but for the content that they provided, I'm satisfied for sure.
Oh,
But
100%.
do you want to
100%.
touch
Like,
on the Cody thing real quick?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So you were the one that brought this theory up, and I've been trying to let everyone know that'll listen. And I just don't think that anybody has caught on to it yet. But it happened again on Monday Night Raw, and there was a specific reason why John Tace told me to wait and talk about this. So John Cena, we go backstage, and John Cena's getting his celebratory, hey man, great match, congratulations, you're the GOAT. He's getting his congratulatory. Am I having a stroke? Congratulatory glaze.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you understand how hard that is for an ADHD person to have their brain slow down to pronounce congratulatory glaze. And out walks fucking Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes goes, "Congratulations, champ." And after that's over, I mentioned to Jonte, I said, that was awfully heelish of Cody to fucking do that. He was like, Cody literally just reminded John Cena of, hey, buddy, you may be the Intercontinental Champion, but I am still QB1. You're just the old backup.
Oh.
And then during Saturday night's main event, you were the one that brought it to my attention that Cody feigned an injury. Because, like, I was like, oh, I thought he was, like, actually hurt. And then you're like, no, he feigned an injury and used the title. Cody's a heel. Cody is being such a little shithead heel, and none of you motherfuckers are seeing it because Cody's got you in the palm of his hands. You are literally drinking the water that he bathes in.
Hmm.
Kind of a shitty reference, but you get my drift,
You're buying
right?
his bathwater. Like that's how
Yes,
deep into it
you're
you
buying
are.
the Cody Rhodes bathwater, and you are too blind to see that Cody Rhodes is pulled the wool over your eyes, and he is being an a subtle heel. I'm just saying, pay attention come like war games or something, because I think Cody and Drew, something's got to give there. Because I'm gonna be honest, SmackDown's kind of suffering because of it. I don't know if it's because people don't want to see Cody as champion anymore, or they're just kind of done with rooting for Drew because every time he gets his little mitts on a championship, he gets fucked. I don't know where I was going with that, but ladies and
Well,
gentlemen,
I do
that
want to like
was
I just
out.
want to add
Oh,
add a little bit to that, a little more context
go
to
ahead.
that. So like you said, I've been kind of like picking up on the whole Cody heelish mannerisms lately. Like you said, like during Saturday Night's main event, he definitely feigned a knee injury and then was fine and hit like a Cody cutter immediately after. And then he uses the title belt to nail Drew McIntyre with the DDT on. I mean, like, granted, Drew brought it into the match, but Cody wasn't a babyface and threw it and got rid of it. He took advantage and still used it. And then tonight, like another heelish kind of move. Like we're in John Cena's hometown. It's they're celebrating John Cena being the GOAT, right? That's what this whole show's been centered around. He's the GOAT. Never seen
Yeah,
17. Now he
yeah.
wins the
Can we
first ever
let
IC belt.
let's talk about that because I've seen a lot of debate, and I want to put a kibosh on this fucking debate on who the true wrestling goat is, because there's a strong contingent of old geriatric farts who think that Hulk Hogan is the goat. Some people think Steve Austin is the goat, in a good argument, because John Cena, and Steve Austin have the same argument because Steve Austin took the company to heights that it had never been seen before, and Cena took that ball and just ran with it, ran with it into just oblivion. I'm here to say John Cena to me is the true wrestling goat.
I think that should be
He gets
not
his
questioned.
own he gets his own mountain. There is no Mount Rushmore. It's just Mount Cena, Mount John Cena.
Yeah, I think that's 100% accurate. Like it's Mount John Cena, and he's literally the go. I'll like I said, I will debate anyone. I mean, for the longevity, 20 years, he's done it all. He's seen it all. not only that, he's kept his nose clean as well in the public. He's has the world record for granting make-a-wishes. I mean, his image is pretty
Mm,
like in this day and age, it's like as pristine as a A-list Hollywood celebrity is at this point. I mean, he's kind of entering that A-list era if he isn't already with like roles like Peacemaker now. Like he's in the DCU, uh,
mhm.
and now he's doing the retirement tour. So, but yeah, it's just something to take a take a closer look at things. Like maybe I'm reading into it a little too much. That could be it. It could just be that like maybe creative just isn't picking up that what Cody's doing is heelish. But like for my money, it kind of seems like Cody's doing some like kind of shady stuff, and this was like another thing that he does where like, yeah, this is supposed to be Cena's celebration, and then Cody just has to remind him, I'm QB1, I'm the WWE champion, I beat you for this. Just want you to remember that. But
Yep.
congratulations on your IC belt. Just a little, just a little like
And
kick
I
in the
don't think
ass.
this is the first time that Cody's done this either. I can't remember if it was earlier this year or late last year. Him and Carmelo got into it. You remember this? It was on a
Yeah.
SmackDown. Him and Carmelo got into it, and I was like, oh, that's not really like Cody. What the hell? Maybe the pressure's getting to him a little bit. I can't remember if this was. Oh, I think this was during the road to WrestleMania, if I remember correctly.
I think was it over a missed spot or something like that, and he kind of like got
Oh, no,
irritated with him, or
no,
was it like
no.
in
It was like a
storyline?
backstage. It was a backstage like segment on TV.
Okay.
Like it looked like Cody was like cracking under pressure.
Yeah, carrying the ball, being
Yeah,
quarterback number one, and experiencing
yeah.
what that pressure is like. It's not everyone wants it until you're there, and a lot of people can think that they can do it, but only a few can really do it at Cena's level, at the level of a John Cena, and for that long, like decade plus. It's like even if you like look at a lot of your favorites that were you think that your goat, look at their run. I mean, yes, Stone Cold was the guy, but his look at his run on top wasn't that long, a few years, if you really think about it. Like it wasn't sustained, and he didn't have the body. Like his body kind of failed him. Let's be honest. Like he should have probably had a
Hmm.
longer career, but the knees and the neck just didn't couldn't hang up, couldn't hold up. And
Yeah,
yeah,
kind
he
of
did
like.
make he I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say he did make WWE go like public. I mean, that's a great achievement. Like he brought them from a privately owned business, family run, to literally you can buy WWE stock on the stock market now. So that's because of
Stone
Stone Cold.
Cold. Stone
And
Cold brought the WWF at the time back from the brink of death
yeah,
because Jonte will be the first person to tell you that I have this weird fascination with WCW. And Stone
oddly.
Cold and the entire roster during the Attitude, I heard that the whole Attitude Era roster single-handedly got down 83 to nothing and won
Yeah,
83 straight weeks. And they finally said, fuck it. What we're
enough's
doing
enough.
isn't working. And I wanna make this a point. Jonte saying this about John Cena, this is coming from a lifelong Shawn Michaels fan.
Very true. I think just like Shawn Michaels still for like my money best in ring performer you will ever see. You can put
Mhm.
Shawn Michaels work up against anyone and his will be comparable or better. In most instances it will be better. Um
The funny thing
yeah.
is as Jonte and I have been doing these watch-alongs on Peacock, we'll like get bored and we'll get high and just select a random show. And like my top 10 list used to have like Ric Flair and like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. My top 10 has changed so much. And the funny thing is we watched a match not too long ago of where my number one and number two had a match against each other. My number one has turned into Shawn Michaels, and it's because of you. My number two, Kurt fucking Angle.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, dude. Anything that Kurt Angle does, like I'm talking WWE, TNA, he puts his entire effort in.
Yeah.
And that TNA run goes completely unnoticed because everybody goes, "Oh, well, it was just TNA. Nobody watches TNA." But I'm telling you right now, Jonte and I are literally watching
I can't
TNA from the start,
I'm glad
from
you
the
brought it
very
up
beginning,
because
right?
I can't wait till we get to that era. I cannot wait.
Dude, that era is going to be so much fun. But what I'm most interested in is you know, and the fans of the show know, I'm a huge fucking Raven Mark. I'm ready to
Hmm.
see him with that NWA strap, just tormenting the shit out of Jeff Jarrett. I'm so ready to see that stuff. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you're a huge
I
Raven
don't know about
guy.
the midgets though. I don't know about the midgets.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
that's
We'll have to
so
talk about that
splashy,
one day.
dude.
Seeing that one-on-one midget. I've never seen a midget wrestling match before. Not one-on-one like that. That was
Dude. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I go to use the restroom, right? And I come back and get on the microphone, and Jonte here sounds like he is out of breath from laughing so hard. And I was like, "What are you laughing about?" And he goes, "The midgets, one on one. What the hell am I watching?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, man. They got minis, and they actually fight each other." And he goes, "Oh, brother, I don't think I was ready for this." But yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our Raw recap. Uh, again, I gave Raw an A minus. John Tay, you gave it a B plus, right?
yes, solid B plus.
Solid B plus. It was a great show. If you are watching this and haven't watched Monday Night Raw, please go back and watch it for yourself. Please do not let us be your last bastion for wrestling opinions because opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
One
My
thousand percent.
opinion, my opinion of Ethan Page, and I'm telling you right now, Jonte was the world's number one Ethan Page hater. And
Didn't
he is
see it.
now jumped on the bandwagon. I'm gonna be honest with you, it took Ethan Page a minute.
That's
I think
probably
they
got to
gave
be
him,
your biggest claim to fame, like talent. Like you getting me to see the potential in Ethan Page was like a pretty big get, I think, for you because I
yeah,
was not
dude.
seeing it. I was
Dude,
like, no, mm-mm.
dude, I'm
Don't
telling
like
you,
it.
when he won the NXT title the way he did, I was like,
I see it now. I definitely
that's
see it
it.
now.
I did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I was like, oh, I see what you did there, motherfucker.
I
And
like
I've been
Ethan Page a
riding that
lot.
train ever since, and I'm not fucking stopping. I do not care.
You know what I think he
I,
is? I
mm,
think Ethan Page is what Lexus King wishes he could be. Honestly,
a hundred
like
percent, a
like
hundred percent. How
Ethan
many times
like
have I told you that you were like, man, what are they doing with Lexus King? And I was like, brother, I don't know. He's in the doghouse with me. Because it's
yeah.
like I just see potential in Lexus King, but the problem is that he he's a conundrum, basically. He has great in-ring skills, but the mic skills compared to like his father, and I know that that's really shitty to do, but like compared to like his compatriots, basically, he's like so low on the totem pole promo wise. Like I told you, I was like, you know the moment that I was like, I can't anymore with Lexus King. And Jonte goes, what's that? I was like, during NXT Homecoming, they had Lexus King come out and cut this promo where he said, I'm Lexus Homecoming King. And
That's
I
bad.
let out a solid groan and asked myself, what the fuck was that? And that's not the only person that I was like, what the fuck was that? Because I need your opinion. Because I'm hoping that you saw Kalani Jordan's promo last week on NXT.
Yeah, I saw it.
What'd you think?
She's let's just my I don't want to go get long winded because I want to
Yeah,
wrap up the show and I don't want to
yeah,
get
yeah,
too
yeah.
crazy.
It's get
And
it's getting to where I usually want to stop anyways, is about an hour and 30
yeah,
for this raw reaction.
my mom says if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So instead of burying Kalani like I could, I'm just gonna say she was better off as a babyface, not good as a
Oh,
heel.
I don't think you're the only person who's been saying that either. I watched NXT live last week, and you heard me. I was like, man, this NXT show is just not hitting like it did last week. Something's off. And then Kalani Jordan cut that promo, and I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tap out here. But I kept going. I kept going. I was like, you know what? I have to keep going to find something that I like because that's what I do with every wrestling show that I actually have time to watch. Unfortunately, AEW fans, you're shit out of luck. Your shows are on days that I gotta work. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's just the
Unfortunate.
way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. But I will still support their pay per views when I can, especially when their cards are good, which generally they are. They put on really good pay
Yeah,
per views.
yeah. But all right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. Jonte will be a pretty good. Actually, do you want to announce it now, or do you want to wait until we iron
Let's
out
wait.
anything
Let's
else?
wait. Let's wait.
Okay. All right. All right. Later down the road, because I think we'll do this again next week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do this again next week because
Definitely.
Jonte and I have really been talking about doing a show, and I think that this is like the perfect platform. We already have, we have our people that come in and watch and sit, and they don't talk and they just watch and listen, and that is perfectly fine. I don't really give a shit because I'll sit here and talk for hours about wrestling. But we're gonna come back to this next week. But I think we have an announcement possibly next week that you guys are all going to enjoy, and we mentioned it earlier. Good luck finding it. I'm Aaron Baker. That is Jonte Davenport. Have a good rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. Especially if you're on the West Coast, it's now just turning to 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock out there. Have a good night. See you.
Later.